Good morning, students. We had already started this chapter, Thinkers, Beliefs and Buildings, in which we have studied that in the first century millennium, large number of thinkers dominated the whole world and they influenced the lives, thinking of all the people. In India, two great philosophers and thinkers, Mahavira and Gautam Buddha, influenced the life and thinking of all of us. Now we are going to study that how their thinking influenced the building, art and architecture of this particular period. In this chapter, we are going to focus on the art and architecture related to Buddhism. The Buddhist art and architecture, the most famous structure is Stupa. So here we are going to study about Stupas. That why or what is the meaning of Stupa and why they were built. Before we start the chapter, let us make a mind map that how we are going to study this chapter, what all things we are going to focus and understand. So children, with the help of mind map, we will study what is the meaning of stupa, why stupas were built, the structure of stupa and ultimately the significance of stupa. What is its significance? So let us start the topic. First one, the meaning of stupa. You all can see this picture and see two different pictures. You are seeing that it is a semicircular mound. So stupa means a semicircular mound. So it is called stupa in Sanskrit and in Pali we call it thupa. But as the time passed, great rulers started investing their money and made the structure more elaborate by making the gateways, by making the path to go around it and making a great wall ahead. So slowly over a period of time, this stupa became a more complex structure, which we are going to study its various features in the next slides. Now we come to the second question, that why stupas were made? What was the reason to make these stupas? So please see this slide first. When Buddha was about to die, he was just looked after by his most favorite disciple. His name was Ananda, who used to be always close to Buddha. He was very much disturbed that Buddha is going to die. So he asked Buddha, Buddha, you are going to leave us. What should we do after you have left with your body?
Remains. So Buddha told him that, my dear Ananda, when I am not there, take my bodily remains.
Put them in a pot and wherever crossroads are there, just put them and make a mound over it. So that the people come and sit there, pay tribute or respect or salutation and get peace and get attached to me. From where we come to know? It is written in Sutta Pitaka, a book related to Buddhism, which is Mahaparinibbana. This tells about why or how the stupas were made. After seeing this, the stupas were made. But how can Ananda make the stupas? He was only a monk. So this work was done by King Ashoka because he was a Buddhist himself and he was a great devotee of Buddhism. So he decided to take the relics, that is the bodily remains of Buddha, and divide them into 8 pots. These pots, he ordered the Dharma Matras to go to various areas and make the stupas over there at different parts or different cities. So he ordered to start making or constructing the stupas, which were a mound in which the relics of Buddha can be kept. This also we came to know through a book which is Ashok Vadana, which describes about Ashoka's decision to make these stupas. In your examination, various locations will be asked where the stupas are there or the world famous stupas. Definitely it is related to the life of Buddha. So the first great stupa is Lumbini, where Buddha was born. It is at the border of India and Nepal. The second is where Buddha got enlightenment under this tree, which is known as the Shala tree. Here he got enlightenment, where it is Bodh Gaya, that is Bihar. The third one is after he got enlightenment, he wanted to give this knowledge to his disciples. So that place is Sarnath. Do you know, children? First lecture or first teachings he gave to 5 disciples only, and Ananda was one of them. The next is Sanchi Stupa, which is a beautiful stupa, and it is also considered as a jewel crown of art and architecture related to Buddhism, which I am going to describe in my coming slides. And various other stupas were made all over India. So children, the next thing is, what is the structure or what are the features of stupa? How this stupa became so elaborate, and what are the main, you can say, segments which we have to study. So the first thing is this semicircular mound, which is known as Anda. What do we call it? Anda, in which the relics of Buddha are kept. Because these are the relics of Buddha, therefore it has to be protected by a chhatri. Because here is Buddha's relics, which are the most revered one. So therefore, they made a small balcony, which is known as Harbika. In this, they erected a small, you can say, stand, which is known as Yashti. Over this Yashti, 3 chhatris were made, which were not of same size. They were tapering. They were bigger first, then smaller, and then smaller. And these are the 3 jewels of Buddha. They are related to 3 jewels. What are they? First is related to Buddha. Second is related to Dharma. And the third is related to Sangha, where the Buddhist monks used to live, and they used to discuss, and lot of discussion used to take place on philosophical matters. So therefore, these are the 3 components of Chhatri. After that, it was providing the people to go around it and have a complete view of it. So they provided 2 pradakshina, one at a higher level and the other at a lower level. Children, it is a huge structure at Sanchi, which the people take time to complete the circumference. Not only this, 4 gates were also made in 4 cardinal areas, means 4 direction: north, south, west and east. And these were beautifully decorated and they were carved so that the people can study about the life of Buddha. So this is how the structure of stupas were made. Over a period of time, it was first Ashoka, then Shunga rulers, then various ivory merchants started donating the money for the construction of these stupas, and it became elaborate over a period of time. So children, if you see how beautiful carving was done, this can be said as stories in stone, because here, seeing this, you can find out that how they use scroll to tell a story and take to a conclusive end. So in Sanchi, beautiful stone stories were made, which was describing, for example, here only tree is shown, but it shows a seat where Buddha got enlightened. This is the tree under which he sat and got the knowledge. This is Dharma Chakra, which suggests that everybody has to follow the path of Dharma. Similarly, various animals, various symbols were used all over to describe the life, the scenes from the Buddha's life and teachings of Buddha. Therefore, it is termed as stories in stone. Now, children, we come to the next part of it. So many stupas were made. Then why? Sanchi stupa is the most preserved and Amravati stupa is not. You can see how it is in a condition of ruin and see how nicely preserved Sanchi Stupa is? It is because of three important people. Number one, it is Shah Jahan Begum, Sultan Jahan Begum, and it is the Director General of ASI, John Hubert Marshall. These three people have played an important role to preserve it. So, children, in the beginning, Ashoka gave great importance to Sanchi Stupa, which got its name from a village which was at the foothills of the Sanchi in Bhopal, or it is just nearby Bhopal, and their king ordered the construction. Later on, it was completed by the queen. Once Ashoka was no more, then various other rulers took lead in making it to be more elaborate. But it was these two queens who gave lot of money for its preservation, for its maintenance, and did not allow any Europeans to take away the part of it. Do you know, children? Various European and French people wanted to take away these beautiful gateways, as we have seen, these gateways, and they want to take it to their museum and decorate their gardens, etc. But these queens refused. Rather, they suggested them, why don't you make a plaster, you can say a sample of it and then take it. So they agreed to it, and because of their effort, it is still intact and in a better condition. Today, UNESCO has described or had made it as a World Heritage Site. It is the symbol of our ASI, Archaeological Survey of India. Not only this, in the 200
denomination.
we find that Sanchi Stupa is being shown. So you can see the significance and importance of Sanchi. Children, these are the few images of the important stupas which I have already described to you. This is the stupa at Lumbini where Buddha was born. This is a stupa at Bodh Gaya where he got enlightened. This is Sarnath where he gave his first teachings, and when Buddha died, his relics were taken and made a mound, and this place is Kusinagar where this mound is there. All these places are visited by a large number of people every year. So these are the destinations which are visited by tourists all over the world. I hope you have understood the chapter which I have just now explained to you. So let us just do one worksheet and see that are you able to understand it. So children, I am just leaving with this worksheet. Please complete it and show it to me. Thank you, students.
Buddham sharanam gacchami, dhammam sharanam gacchami.